all the information that you need about what government has to say about the teachers' strike. Despite what the teachers continue to say, our strike is growing stronger and stronger. This is day 3. But of course, some teachers have started giving up and they're saying, well, we should go back to school. Government is straight to need. We are not giving you the money this very financial year. But well, before we go to that discussion, we have a video request list for you where you can get to choose the songs that you want to be played for you later on as the show gets to close off. Just text the name of the video to 8090. Text the name of the video to 8090, and later on in the discussion, well, we might open up our phone lines if we have all the time, and you will get to talk to us, get to have all your questions answered by the Education and Sports Minister, or you can send in your messages to 8090 as well. But right about now, we kickstart off the topic of the day.
Okay, we are very much honored this morning to be joined by Education Minister Jessica Alupo, the woman who has been in the sport. My God, I don't know how many times I've seen on the front page, even today you're still on the front page, following this teachers issue in the country, which actually, to me, we had seen it before that it was coming anyway, even when you went to State House to consult the president, even when you went on the floor. But before we go any further, just greet our viewers and probably our teachers in the country, then we go on.
Good morning, viewers and pupils and students and parents, and most importantly, I thank the management of WBS for inviting me here to come and share on that very important topical matter this morning.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. How has it been the past 1 week? You haven't rested before, I think, running up and down the State House, to and fro, meeting the teachers. But before we go into that, let's first go to what exactly happened, because it appears to be that everyone is saying that when you went to the caucus meeting, I think on Monday, that's where everything changed. Is it true, or it had changed even before that?
What changed?
The stand for the teachers.
Everything changed. They are not clear about
the position, because there were suggestions that the president could be able to meet maybe the teachers with their minority report and look into where the source of the money could be got. So there was that hope before. But when you left with the president saying there is no money again, so it appears to be everything changed totally.
Well, what I know is that it is indeed true that the commitment that government made to enhance the salaries of teachers has been a matter of concern to all the people of Uganda, not only teachers. And the objective of all stakeholders has been on how to find a way forward, most especially on the smooth opening of this third term, which is a promotional term for our children. And so far so good. I am happy that a cross-section of schools have opened beginning Monday, and teachers went to teach, and I thank them very sincerely for their patriotic attitude. I also would like to congratulate the parents who took their children to education institutions, because they knew exactly that third term was beginning on Monday, and I encouraged them to keep sending children to school. I would like to encourage teachers who have not yet showed up in schools to make it a point that in their professional conduct, it is the right and the welfare of the learner first. And they indeed all are trained teachers who went to teacher training institutions. And it is the duty of the ministry to remind them about that. And I would like to encourage all local leaders at the districts to keep dialoguing with teachers and encouraging them to go and smoothly participate in the conduct of business in this very critical third term. Now, what I know is that we have been working with UNATU. UNATU actually is part and parcel of the Ministry of Education and Sports in one way or the other. UNATU has some meetings which are mandatory for them to attend, and they have been attending very diligently, and we appreciate them for that. We have sector review meetings every year, which UNATU is part and parcel in planning, in prioritizing the budget of the ministry. Now, what we know is that when Maria Kiwanuka read the budget in June this year, it was very clear that the 20% enhancement for teachers was not reflected in our ministerial budget as it was expected. and we communicated to UNATU, and the budget is a public document, and members of the public must have comprehended the contents of the budget. And our thinking was that it was very important to continue dialoguing on how to find a way of finding that money, which was indeed done. An advisory committee comprising of members of parliament was constituted to join the ministry together with finance in order to find a way before third term, or even before the passing of the budget now, which is in parliament. That was done, and all areas, including these areas of travel abroad, travel inland, allowances, were explored, and that money was not seen. That's why when finally UNATU realized that that was the predicament, they decided to write officially to government, to Minister of Public Service, expressing their discontent, their disgruntlement about why that money has not been provided for. And against that background, an interministerial committee was formed, comprising Ministry of Public Service, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Education and Sports, Auditor General's Office, and members of UNATU. Now we read through the budget once again to look for this very money, and we could not find the money. Now, this committee had been working in a cohesive manner, but at the last moment, when we were now appending our signatures into our report, UNATU withdrew and requested that they should be allowed to write a minority report, because for them they think there was money which they had seen somewhere, which the bigger committee had not seen. Now we gave them opportunity to write a minority report, and we asked them that we will still go together, we present this big report to the president, and you also present the minority report to the president. Now on the D-Day of presenting this famous report, UNATU did not show up, and the reasons they gave were that
was on Monday.
That was on Monday. There was that they were not yet constituted into a fully fledged executive of members across the country, and secondly, their minority report was not ready. So the president said, very good, if that is what they are saying, that means they are still willing to talk to government. They are not saying they are not coming, but it's just that they are not ready. So for you, with the majority report, present yours. So we presented ours, we discussed it, and it was very clear that really the resources to enhance the salaries of teachers by 20% were not
there.
They were not there.
And yes, the country appeared to have bought that idea. But now the president comes out and says, sack whoever doesn't want to teach.
Striking teachers.
Yet he's saying,
I had said earlier that really the objective of the concern of all citizens of Uganda now on this matter is the way forward. For someone to come out clearly to say that the president said sack all teachers without substantiating it, I think is misleading to members of the public and misleading to teachers. I don't know which authority said that, but what the president said is that follow the law to ensure that all civil servants of Uganda do their work accordingly, of which teachers are part and parcel of the civil servants of Uganda.
Honorable Minister, let me ask you just a question. Do you feel and believe that the teachers have a reason in their cause?
In my view, I agree with the teachers absolutely that they have a point, and I agree with them that their proposal to enhance their salary is a valid point, and government is in total agreement with the proposal. But government is just saying, look here, over 2 trillion shillings energy, over 2 trillion shillings roads, and then 1.6 trillion education. I think that is fair enough for all Ugandans of average intelligence to understand that this is really a reality, and help government to persuade teachers to move in the same page with the rest of the civil servants.